Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So happy to be here with you all. You can follow me on Facebook to see little shorts with Mr. Otis. He's so adorable. I have so much fun making these videos. What are we talking about today? Well, it looks like King Charles has put Harry in a position where he's going to have to make a move. And I see the problems are not going away. I don't see these problems going away. I see Harry is in a predicament. He is in such a predicament. My goodness. And yeah, I'm going to talk about it. So let's get into it. King Charles is really putting the pressure on Harry. He's putting the pressure on him, but he's got to make a move. He's got to make a move. And it's a very difficult situation that he is in, because it's like, you want me to be on your side? You want me to be your ally in all of this? Well, you're going to have to make a move, and I'm going to give you a suggestion, and you better do it. Well, apparently, King Charles wants Harry to buy a UK home without that woman, Meghan Markle. Yeah. The imitation of royal life is just getting better and better, is it not? It's just so incredibly unbelievable. Yes, this woman has brought drama in the ghetto into the royal family. I know it's terrible, but it's the truth. It is the truth. Yes. Okay, so this is what's going on. Okay, so King Charles wants Harry to bring his children over to the United Kingdom for a longer visit. This has to happen because they're young. They can come for long periods of time because they're not in school, or they need to be in school. And he's saying, okay, with or without. But we know that really means without, because some parts of this story say without Meghan, and then some are saying, okay, without. But you know they mean without Meghan. So this is what this expert royal is claiming. So the British monarch, who was diagnosed, we know, with cancer earlier this year, has seen his grandchildren, Archie and Lily, in person only once. That is so ridiculous. Only once since Harry and Meghan quit royal life. That is pathetic. That is so pathetic and just wrong of Meghan. And you know what? She may be living in she may be living the dream, or trying to look like she's living the dream. But you just wait. When these kids grow up, they're going to resent their mother so much. She is going to lose favor. And the book that these children are going to write about their mother, oh, it's going to come, folks. It's going to come. And we're going to still be talking about this and just following all of the nonsense, because she's just letting all these things happen that are just leading them into a path of just complete destruction with your lives, with your children's lives. Reportedly, King Charles has urged Harry to look for a new UK home, and he wants him to bring along these children. This is what Tom Quinn has said, basically. So Quinn claimed that King Charles has encouraged his younger son to find a home near his residence by the Highgrove House. Quinn is saying that King Charles reportedly would not want Meghan to join, because, yeah, we can see she's nothing but a troublemaker. And this is not me saying this. This is not me. No, this is what is being reported, people. So we're looking at things that the king does not want, but this is how they say it. Reportedly, he thinks, Meghan, she wouldn't want to come. No, she wouldn't want to come. I hope she better not come. I mean, that's how they're saying it. But we don't think she'll come. No, we don't think she'll come. But Harry, we want you to come. They got to be diplomatic about it, right? So, you know, something that the monarch apparently doesn't see as really an issue when it comes to Meghan not wanting to come. Yeah, it's not an issue at all. Just keep your butt over in Montecito. Oops, excuse me. Just keep just stay over in Montecito. Yes, that's lovely. You know, because we know how these family dramas play out. We have them in our families. It's no different. And who can blame the king for not wanting Meghan to come? Really? So King Charles has been putting pressure on Harry to do this, just as he is angry that his only relationship with his grandchildren are via video calls, which Charles hates, Quinn has told this outlet. Now, William and Catherine's children, they would spend time at the weekends at Highgrove, and Harry's children could easily just pop over to the house nearby, he is saying. This would neatly get around the problem of Meghan. She just wouldn't need to be there, and the children could be whisked back to the States after a week or two. And it sounds so simple, but in Meghan's head, it's not simple because she's thinking she could lose her children. This is why I know she's never going to do it. You're never going to see Harry bring those children without Meghan. It's just not going to happen. And if he does, then you can finally thank Harry for finally putting his foot down and saying, "Woman, sit your butt down. I'm taking my kids over to see their grandpapa." That would be the scenario, but I don't think Harry has enough gumption in him to do something like that. This information could not independently be verified. However, it does sound very logical. It makes a lot of sense. And this is why I'm talking about it, because I can imagine this is what has been said. Harry and Meghan's, their last visit to the UK together, we know, was in June of 2022 when the late Queen, when the Queen celebrated her Platinum Jubilee. Now, during what a royal source described as a fantastic visit, Charles met Princess Lilibet for the first time and got to spend time with her and Prince Archie. Now, Charles, of course, hasn't seen his grandson Archie for a bit of time, and so it is very, very special to have some time with him. The unnamed insider told reporters at the time, according to Town and Country, that he hadn't met Lilibet, his granddaughter, and so to meet her for the first time was, I think, very emotional and very wonderful thing. Now, however, months later, King Charles, we do know, evicted Harry and Meghan from their UK home, Frogmore. During his fight for security in the UK, Prince Harry expressed his desire to bring his two children back to his home country for a visit. However, he claimed that Archie and Lilibet and his wife were not safe as they no longer had police protection. And you no longer had the kind of police protection that you wanted. You had protection, just not the kind your spoiled butt wanted. Okay? So ain't nobody paying attention to you and your nonsense, Harry. This UK is my home. The UK is central to the heritage of my family and a place I want them to feel at home as much as where they live at the moment in the United States. That cannot happen if there is no possibility to get them safe when they are on UK soil. So Harry has said in a statement, we know, last year to, according to ITV, and Harry is just coming up with excuses. And we do also know most recently that Harry has allegedly, it looks like, destroyed some evidence that the courts are going to be wanting from him for the book Spare, the notes that he did for his book Spare, and some other notes and some information that was destroyed. I mean, he really is in a predicament, especially with his visa application right now. And if Trump gets into office, it's just not going to look good for him. There's just nothing good coming out of Harry in his life trying to stay over in America. The best thing he could do is bring his children over to the United Kingdom and say, look, Meghan Markle, wife, future ex-wife, if you want to come, you better come, because that's where we're going. All he has to do is put his foot down and do it, because he has as much right to those children as she does. And I bet she doesn't see it that way. But, these children are a whole nother conspiracy theory on their own, allegedly. I mean, there's just things that have been said about the children. But, yeah. King Charles has snubbed the annual visit of Harry and Meghan and their kids to come to the annual family summit at Balmoral next month in August for meetings to discuss the future and relaxation and fun. King Charles chose the welfare and peace for the family over that toxic duo. And you have to look at that and say, yeah, he probably does want to have Harry and the children, but he can't stand to have Meghan a part of the equation. This is why they're not going to be coming or invited to Balmoral, because that's just going to bring a bunch of drama. And rather than have Meghan come along, it's like, okay, no, you're not invited because you still want to come with her. It's really sad. And, basically Harry and Meghan have lost their value as royalty because they don't have a connection to royalty as a unit. I can see the king wanting to see his grandchildren, to see Harry, because he still has a love for his son. But that's only without Meghan. This is where the king is drawing the line. Either it's without her or don't come. And I think this is a clear sign that if you're not going to come for Balmoral as a family, then the future plans are for you to come get a home next to me by Highgrove without your wife. And that's realistic because I think there are some concerns that Charles has for Harry's well-being. I think he sees that Harry is not doing well mentally with Meghan. And I think this is an encouragement that the king wants to give Harry to show him, I will support you. I will support you with the children, but without her. And as long as Harry wants to keep Meghan a part of that equation, he's not going to be invited. He's not going to be welcomed to be with the king. And it makes complete sense. I think the king is trying to rein in Harry and this chaos that he's living in now with Meghan in California. The way he wants to rein it in is to show, I'll support you on these conditions. She gotta go. Because your son is your son, your child is your child. So the problem isn't Harry, it's Harry with Meghan. That's the problem. And I think Camilla is also looking out for her husband. She's looking out for the king because she knows he's going through a lot physically with his health. And just having Meghan around is just not healthy for the king. It's making things a lot worse than they need to be. And so you can expect the king to want to have a relationship with his son, and for Camilla to want her husband to have a relationship with that son. Even though he did say some not nice things about her, she can realize that this is her husband's son. And the future of their relationship is important to him, I'm sure. So I can imagine that Camilla sees the same thing that King Charles sees when it comes to Meghan and her toxicity and how she just brings a lot of problems. And all we can do is just look back on it and say, the family, the Markles told us. They said what would happen. And my goodness, it has happened. So we should look at what is happening with the king and hope for the best, but know that the best can only come when Meghan Markle is not a part of that, because she is nothing but a toxic person. Meghan has completely just made a disaster out of one of the best opportunities that life could have given you. It is such a shame. Shame, 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 shame. That's what I say.